Yo, what's up? I'm gonna be talking about religion. First of all, I'd like to clarify that I am not religious. Not at all. I have nothing against any religion, as long as the religion, you know, is alright. As long as it doesn't call for violence, for doing bad things, as long as the people who represent that religion behave like good citizens, right? I have nothing against Christians, against Jews, none of that. Against Muslims, none, none, right? And I have nothing against gay people, trans people, lesbians, straight people, right? No, no sexuality. Anywho, my best friend is religious. He's a witness, and he's pretty cool. Um, I don't know if he's very accepting of other religions. I think that I'm lucky because I'm really not religious. Agnostic is what they call it because I'm not an atheist. And well, we do cool shit together. We roll, we vibe. He's my best friend. I admire him a lot. I love him. Oh my god, you're gay. And yeah, he used to be an asshole, you know. Uh, we didn't get along that much, but eventually he found God or something, and then he became better as a person. He helps to feed the poor people, he does charity events. He's like an upstanding citizen. He's a giga chad. He's a badass, a base male, a base heterosexual white male. But he's cool, and he doesn't really have any issue with me being non-religious. And as I said, and I'll clarify, I don't know if I had a religion that literally goes against all of his beliefs, then I will understand that he doesn't want to roll with me. Because like he talks to me about the Bible and other stuff, you shall not steal, you shall not do that, and I share a lot of his beliefs, even though I'm not openly religious. So that's how we vibe. That's why we vibe, why we roll. Uh, and a lot of people where I live, they're not like that. If you're not a Christian or a witness, or well, you don't follow any religion, they're gonna say you're an atheist, right? That you think God is stupid, you think people who believe in God are inferior, you think you're better, you have zero purpose. You should end yourself now. And it's like a 60% of the people that are around this area who go and say stuff like that to me and to others, right? I will respect you more if you believe in a God, regardless of the God. Even if I disagree with that God, at least you will have something to live for. You have nothing to live for. I repeat, you have zero purpose. You're an ant. I'll stomp you. And I'm like, I have a purpose. I want to live my life. I want to be chill, play games, work on my hobbies, be someone, be successful, have money, have a family, have a house. I'm like a normal dude, right? But at the end of the day, yeah, I'm not religious. That doesn't mean that I don't have a purpose. Like, what do you gotta say stuff like that? Like, you think making fun of me and my beliefs, my personal beliefs, is going to make me want to become a Christian? That's not working, pal. Your indoctrination ritual is very cringe, very sad, boy. And I had to deal with those kind of people all the time. My family that is full of Christians, and we just buy. We I don't say, "Oh, God sucks. God is stupid. You're ignorant. You're peasants." No, it's just like we roll. We just cool. We just focus on our own stuff. We don't bother each other. We don't judge each other. I don't discriminate. I really don't. Right? And neither should you. Just leave people live the way they want to live. If they're not hurting anyone or just like psychologically or physically, then let them just live. leave them alone, right? And I get that, for example, like Christianity, all the stuff about the gays, that if you're, for example, here and in a lot of places and whatever, like let's say you're a Christian and you have like a son and he comes out as gay. Well, you're gonna be bothered by that. I mean, in some cases, I don't know if all cases, or I don't know how things have changed recently. I don't really know. But you're gonna be like, oh, well, because my religion says that gays are not like cool, and maybe you're someone that's like, oh, I really don't discriminate towards gay people. I just treat them, whatever. I don't treat them like less just because they're gay, And it's fine. You can like, okay, I'm not really a fan of like being gay and stuff. It's fine. It's fine. But then they're gonna be like, well, son, you should read the Bible. You should stop being gay because that's against the Bible, right? And yeah, you should rethink your life choices and whatever. And yeah, because that's wrong. No, like you be your religion. And if your son wants to be gay, they want to be trans, they want to be anything, they just leave them be. You have to be supportive as a father. If you're not hurting anyone, then it's fine. I'm not gonna be one of those people that say, "Oh, that's like a mental illness and stuff." No, because like, just I don't see any issue with that. I really don't. I honestly don't. Right? And my friend will say, "Well, that's why you're not really religious because well, religious people have bias towards gay people. They don't believe they'll go to the kingdom of God. They believe they're sinners and blah 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 blah." I'm getting to the hot topics part of this whole conversation. But I also know a lot of Christians who have gay sons and they're okay with that. And their sons will wanna be, oh, but yeah, your book and stuff, like, oh, it says these things about gays, and what do you think? Well, I you're my son and I support you and stuff, and if that makes you happy, then it's fine. I know it's complicated. I know it's not as simple as I make it sound, and I know I may be speaking retarded. I'm dead ass. I'm not saying that what I'm discussing right now is something that I have any fucking idea of what I'm talking about. I probably have no idea. I'm probably yeah, brain fart. I'm probably just speaking gibberish, right? And I sound like I have the moral high ground, and oh, I'm egotistical, and I think I'm better than everyone because of my opinions, and I'm the ultimate life form. But yeah, we had to understand that it's not all sunshines and rainbows. That there's some stuff, right? There's a lot of stuff happening against gay people in some religions, right? Well, they will they will throw you off buildings, and the reason I'm laughing is because I was thinking of a way to say it differently, but I really can't. I just had to say it straight up. So I just thought it was funny that I just had to say it how it is. I don't find funny that people are getting thrown off buildings. I just find it funny that I didn't come up with like something different because I don't know. It just sounds weird, even though it's true. Like it sounds like bizarre, right? Me saying that I'm going to specifically throw you off a building, out the top of a building, a big one or like a medium one, you still you'll end up dead just because you're homosexual. That's nuts, right? And that's sad, and that sucks, and that's garbage, totally garbage, right? Because it's their lifestyle, you know. But again, as I said, the world is a very complicated place, and I know that people have been becoming more accepting. They're treating things more lightly. However, I will say there's no such thing as like a gay Christian because you can't. It's like saying that um I'm a I'm a male, but I'm also a woman at the same time. You're either one or the other. right? And if you're gay, you really can't follow the religion of Christianity. You really can't be a witness of God. You can't. You just can't. Because it's in the Bible that, well, that gays are not allowed in his kingdom or something like that. I don't know the specific reading or the sentence or whatever. I don't have the sources, but that's how it goes. That's like common sense. Everyone knows that, right? And at the end of the day, we had to accept that it's how it goes, right? That's on the Bible. Does that mean that you have to expect all Christians to treat you like shit because you're homosexual? No. There's gonna be like, hey, how are you? Oh, I'm gay and stuff. They're gonna be, oh, it's fine, it's cool. Oh, but the Bible says, well, but like I'm me and you're you, and you're not hurting anyone. You're like a cool guy, so I roll with you. It's fine. It's fine. I believe that, and this is gonna sound like Disney. If we were more accepting of each other instead of like spreading hatred and violence, and yes, I'm speaking to a lot of people on the left, is if not most of them. Politics, here we go, right? Because again, I'm not gonna stop being bothered by the fact of what happened with Charlie Kirk. I'm just not. That's outrageous. That's literally horrendous. If it's just gonna be like, oh well, if we don't agree with someone, we just get rid of them for good, permanently. Then we're just gonna be spreading more hatred, more violence, more horrific thoughts. How are we going to get unity if we are aware, right? In all religions, right? We should live in a world where you can have your own beliefs, and it's fine, right? Words are words. As long as you're not physically or mentally hurting anyone, then it's fine. I know that Charlie Kirk, right? I think he was a Christian or something. My memory is fucked up. I'm pretty sure he was a Christian, right? So what? You got rid of him because he was a Christian? Because all Christians bad? All Christian people are still bigots and homophobes and this and that, and they want to rule over the world, or oh, he said something that I don't like politically. And maybe you're right, maybe he's wrong, but at the end of the day, if you just try to solve everything with like guns and fists instead of having a discourse, being civilized, then how is the world gonna get better? We're just gonna get worse. Because people are gonna be scared that they're not going to be able to voice their own opinion because they're gonna get rid of, right? They're gonna get disposed of, and there will only be space for violence. People will start acting like animals. They already are, a lot of people are, right? Looting and killing and doing these horrible things. And why? Because, well, they were born and raised with hatred, hating people who are different, right? A lot of black people that hate white people. A lot of gay people that want to live in a world where there's no Christians, where they're all, bye bye, they're all gone. A lot of women who, well, hate uh, straight people, right? And in a way, well, all women, unless you literally agree with every single thing that they agree on. If not, you're not even a woman. You're like whatever, a subhuman to them, right? That's what they say. So, yeah, I don't believe that hatred and discrimination is the way. And I know you had to make a stance, and that is my stance, right? I'm not gonna be up for violence. I'm not gonna call for doing horrible things or celebrating when anyone, it could be like a mass killer, it could be like whatever. I'm not gonna call for their deaths. If they get into the electric chair and whatever, I'm gonna be okay. Yeah, I get it. It's the law. Whatever. Like I understand it. Maybe the family was hurt. Well, but let's solve this legally. And, well, that's a complicated subject, but I get it. I get it depending on the situation. I understand it at least. I don't have to agree with it, but I can, like, okay, well, I get it. I get it. But yeah, I mean, that's how I see the world, honestly. And in my videos, I always have to go back to the beginning, to the first subjects I was talking about, I was speaking about, because everything is related. Everything has to do with everything, at least when it comes to the subjects of my videos, right? I just, at the end of the day, just leave people alone. Leave them live their own life. Like, if I see you, let's give you a random, stupid, retarded example. Let's say I hate Elden Ring, right? I think that's the worst game of all time. Are you gonna come up to my house, point a gun at me, and you're gonna, oh, okay, bye bye, just because I think something that you don't like, right? And maybe I'm really like talking shit about Elden Ring and saying it's the worst game of all time. I hate it. It's garbage. It's trash or whatever. But it's a game. Who cares? And even if it was whatever, it's just words. It's words. And regardless, violence, it's not the answer. It never is. It never will be. There's no way we're gonna improve. I'm not saying we're gonna get rid of wars and we're gonna be singing "Kumbaya, Kumbaya" together. No, we're not. But we're never gonna get better. We're always just gonna get worse if we don't learn to accept others. We don't have to agree with them. We don't even have to like them. Just accept them. You get it? Do you see people on the right, politically, just going out there and doing these heinous, horrible acts, like the ones that have been happening recently? Because it wasn't only Charlie Kirk. A lot of other stuff happened, which I'm not going to be talking about right now. If you know, you know, right? Huh? And do you see them doing that? No. Then the people on the left are the ones who had the problem. Is what it is. So there's my stance. And you may be saying, well, wait, but despite the fact that you're angry, I don't hate the people from the left. If you are left-leaning, a Democrat or whatever, that is fine. I'm not going to be like, oh, it's a lefty, or oh, I don't want to talk to a lefty. No, I'm not going to discriminate. But I'm just saying that people are going to treat you a certain way if your group, for the majority, do horrible things. They're going to generalize, and it will make sense because it's a logical thing to do. Right? It is what it is. It's how it works. It's how the world works. You hate it, you love it, you like it, right? As what I was saying, and I'm gonna make this a different kind of thing. When I was talking about the fact that there's some religious people who say I'm an asshole and I have no purpose, that's bound to happen. That is fine. They don't agree with me and they're voicing their agreement. Their disagreement, sorry. Yeah, in a very malicious manner. They're insulting me for no reason. Or for something they think resembles a reason. And that's fine. Hey, I don't like you, I hate you, you're stupid, you're this and that, you're an asshole. People who do not believe in anything have zero purpose. Zero. You're an ant. You'll be squashed by my hands or my feet or whatever, my boot. Hey, bro, if that's what you think, is what it is. Free speech and whatnot. Go ahead. Yeah, bro, whatever. Just get away from me. You're a psycho. You're stupid. You're retarded. But yeah, whatever. Oh, you should call me retarded. Well, you were calling me retarded. You also called me retarded because I'm non-religious. I'm like agnostic. I don't know if that's the word. I guess it is. That defines me. Oh no, layers. But I'm gonna accept it. Oh, I'm gonna start taking down everyone who's like religious because I'm not religious, and the world should be filled with people who only think like me. I will never accept someone that thinks differently. And then you worry about dictatorship. Then you talk about this and that and the Nazis and look the way you're behaving. I'm done. Bye.